Namaste, yogis, and welcome to a yin yoga practice today outside in the winter sunshine, which is glorious. I also have a poem to begin our practice, so please make sure you're comfortable. And today's theme is yin for the season of autumn. I thought I stole a glance, but it was gifted. She wanted me to see her bare so that I would fall in love. I find her in the forest, the scent of pine cones and dew. We meet under canopies of storm, clouds, and stars. I always wait for her, never leaving until I have felt beauty stir my heart where her songs dwell. So let's practice yin yoga, coming into a bare, slow stillness, where maybe we'll get a little glimpse of that beauty. I have one block, which if you have, please grab one. Otherwise, you can use a cushion or a bolster instead. And the season of autumn in yin is guided by curiosity around the lungs and the large intestine. So I won't talk too much now. Let's get into our first pose. Just popping a block down so that you can bring your upper back kindly, lovingly on top. We're looking to create space around the chest and diaphragm. You're welcome to keep your knees bent. You might extend them long, or maybe place the feet together in butterfly. Let's start to feel how the muscles melt. Thank you for choosing to slow down today. Don't expect your mind to be quiet straight away. And begin to notice the ebb and flow of your breath. As you're sinking into your mat, have an awareness of your lungs, filling up as you inhale, emptying on the exhale. And just as the trees shed their leaves, perhaps let go in some small or large way. Just in this moment. And wriggle your fingertips and use your hands to guide your knees back in. And we'll just roll off the prop onto one side, using your arm as a cushion to support your head. Give yourself permission to go slow and slowly rise up. Extend your right leg with your left foot tucked in. And we'll move into a half butterfly with a side bend. So reach your arm to the sky. We can bend the elbow and start to become a little softer, a little floppier through the spine. But if you'd prefer a prop to support here, then you can always rest your arm or your head on the block. And as long as you're feeling sensation through your side ribs where our lungs are sheltered, then you're in the right space. We're just going to take a couple of minutes here. If your mind is still interrupting, know that this practice invites a sense of surrender. We cannot force things in nature to go faster than they're designed to. And yet we constantly push ourselves to go to our maximum and sometimes beyond. Rest in your heart space where beauty dwells. One more breath here, my friend. And let's pause in the center, in a nice neutral shape where we can observe the resounding echo of those sensations. I was reflecting this morning on the autumn season being a very kind season, giving us this threshold, this liminal space of transition. In so many ways, autumn and yin, they go hand in hand because we're preparing to shed the layers and let go of what we don't necessarily need to spend our energy on as things quieten down. We'll transition to the other side with, many options. You could rest your head in your hand as we find some space over on the right side body. I'm going to grab my block like last time, so please play around until you find your sweet spot. And in yin, we look for about 60% of total effort, so we don't want to be in pain, we don't want to be forcing anything. But we do want to feel some sensation, something that allows us this portal of self-inquiry. What's alive and true for you here? Never leaving until I have felt beauty stir my heart. This practice beautifully prepares us to listen to those subtle sensations, the quiet whisper of the body's wisdom. Let's begin to unwind and release. This time we will roll to our back. Rest down here and be present with your body. After some time, you may wish to ask what movements feel good for you. Maybe give yourself a squeeze And we'll meet again, this time laying on the belly. You're welcome to bring that prop with you as we roll over for Sphinx pose, targeting our upper body in this short practice. And so forearms stack on the mat, our heart is lifted. If this feels like a lot to hold, then you can come down into crocodile, hands on palms, head on palms rather. And if there's any strain in the neck, pop the block beneath your forehead and that gives you something to rest on. And we'll sink into that quiet space. Interestingly, the lungs are associated with the emotions of grief. And then at the other end of that spectrum, we have love and hope. Like dancing between these two incredibly potent emotions. And there can be grief in letting go, whether that's something very minor, the changing of the season, losing the heat of the sun, losing the color of the leaves. But those experiences, when we turn them inwards, they can really help us navigate the different ways grief shows up in our lives, whether it's the loss of a loved one or any change that's requiring us to sit with what has been and what is to come. And so as we learn to occupy threshold spaces, be curious about the liminal, giving ourselves tools to navigate the uncertainty of life once we've rolled up the mat as well. If you would like to straighten out your arms and take a few breaths in seal pose, feel that openness of lungs, breathing in, and offering the breath back out. Let's breathe in together, out together, and gently come to rest all the way back onto your belly. When you are ready, let's start to roll over to our back again, with the hips over to the right and the feet and shoulders towards the left. You might extend your arms here, coming into Crescent Moon pose. Again, giving ourselves this beautiful side stretch so as to target the meridians that nourish our lungs and large intestine. These are the organs associated with autumn, so I've been spending lots of time sitting with that, reflecting. How does autumn make you feel? Are there any things that we can put to rest through the cooler months? And just as our ancestors would prepare to turn inwards at this time, I think it's an incredible reclamation if we can bring even a little bit of that into our modern life. Let's start to adjust, coming through the center. Rest in the pause. And then stretch in the opposite direction. This will be our last pose. So feeling that space through the rib cage, the side body. Beautiful yogis. Let's transition into the center of the yoga mat. Coming to rest in Shavasana for a little bit of time, allowing yourself to integrate some stillness. We can start to stir, prepare for a nice long stretch. And giving yourself all the time you need just to roll to your side. Thank you for joining in this yin yoga practice, for taking some minutes out of your day to slow down and stretch. You might join me in gathering the hands at the heart, just listening to the world as it whirs around you. And if it's autumn where you are, then look out for the changing colors of the leaves and the cooler mornings and evenings. Remember to give yourself permission to slow down. A little bow as you offer yourself the utmost respect and extend that respect out to all living beings. Namaste.